So I moved from the United States to Europe. After living here for 2 years, I've been able to see how people approach life and work compared to back in the US. In this video, I want to talk about how embracing the culture here has changed the way how I see life, work, and success. Good morning from Porto. Happy Sunday. Today we're going to go on a chill, laid-back bike ride, and we're going to talk about what it's really been like living here and the biggest lessons I've learned so far. All right, let's go. Since moving here, something I noticed right away is that back in the US, it feels like people live for the weekends. It feels like there's this huge sprint during the week, grinding it out, hustle as much as you can, and then let loose and relax on the weekends. It's like this whole notion of work hard, be successful, and then be happy. But here in Porto, that's just not the case. I guess Europe in general, people here live at a different pace. I don't know if there's a better word for it, but people here are living every day, not just for the weekends. And I think that's been one of the biggest lessons I've learned so far from being here, to make an effort to enjoy every day. After speaking with many locals here, something that jumps out to me is that they don't just chase money, or it feels like they're not just chasing money. They're choosing their careers and their jobs based around their lifestyle. So they're looking at their lifestyle choices. Hey, I want to live like this, and this is important to me. And then they choose their career and jobs based around that. Versus back home, it feels like everyone is doing the opposite. At least this was the case for me. It felt like I was chasing the most success or the most money. That's what I thought success was. And it felt like I was making a choice lifestyle-wise based around what my work or my career is, or my 9 to 5. And I would fit my lifestyle around all that. Versus here, it's the total opposite. The last 2 years, it's really made me evolve my perspective, and as a person, now I try to look at my lifestyle and I say, okay, what is it I want to do for my job or my career based around my lifestyle? And I really had to take a step back and really rethink that whole thing. Speaking of lifestyle, I love coffee, I love cafes, so that's where we're gonna go next. We're gonna go to my favorite cafe. Let's go. I became friends who's a manager at a pizza restaurant across the street from where I live. He's always smiling and he always looks happy. One day I ask him how long he's been working there. And he tells me he started working there when he was in college, while he was getting his degree, which led him getting an office job, which he absolutely hated. He said he didn't like the day-to-day, so instead of being miserable every day, he ended up going back to the restaurant, and he's been here ever since, for the past 10 years. He says he loves what he does, and likes his day-to-day. And ironically, by putting his happiness first, he's now become a part owner of the restaurant. This story ties into the concept from the book called The Happiness Advantage. It's this idea that success doesn't create happiness, but instead, happiness creates success. And it feels like people here in Europe kind of live by this. This change in perspective over the last 2 years has really helped me see life
in a whole new way. Because maybe happiness isn't this thing we find, but maybe it's something we create and build along the way.
Something that jumps out right away is that people here don't look as stressed or drained. But I'm sure that everyone is going through something, and I'm sure people even here are going through things. But the people at work, the baristas at the coffee shops, they don't look as stressed or drained. Versus back in the States, feels like everyone's stressed out. And burnout is this huge problem. At least it was for me, and it was something that I was dealing with for a long time. In the US, it feels like there's just never enough time for everything you need to do. And you're always rushing. And that was me for a while. It was like I was always rushing through everything throughout the day. I mean, rushing through while I was eating or having conversations with people. And all that rushing was just to feel like you're keeping up.
People here in Europe choose to prioritize their personal time. Like taking longer lunch breaks. They take their lunch breaks very seriously. People hang out with their friends on the regular, not just on special occasions. Even dinner here on the weekdays, it's not just about eating. It's about hanging out with your friends and family and more of an experience.
I've realized that no country, no city is perfect. In fact, every place has its own unique pros and cons. Being here has given me a new perspective, a chance to step back and really reflect, really prioritize the things that make me happy daily. It's helped me evolve into the person I am today. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.